something we do every day, and it could be fun, but it could also be dangerous since when we're cooking, we're dealing with heat, and a lot of the food that we use or the products are very combustible, and it could lead to a fire. So it's something, cooking safety is something that like not many people know about or just don't care to do, but it really is important because at one moment you could be just cooking for your family or just for yourself or whatever, and all of a sudden your house is burned down to the ground. So one of the things to do is like, let's say there's like a small fire, all you could really do is just place like, okay. So you have the fire right here, quickly just, if it's like just small, all you want to do is just place the pan on it and just, and it will most likely put it out. But if it's just really big, try to do it, but push for the best. But here you go. Another is don't put flour on it. Like there's some things where you could use to extinguish the fire if you don't have like a fire extinguisher. You would want to use salt or baking soda, preferably baking soda, because it absorbs the carbon dioxide and it kind of just puts out the fire. So here's like an example of like baking soda. This is Cloud Girl. There's like Arm & Hammer and all that, but this is pretty good. Just open it up, throw it on there, and it'll be a good fire extinguisher. If you don't have one. But just speaking of fire extinguishers, you could use a Class K fire extinguisher. So kind of moving on. Oh wait, but before we move on, if the fire is just too big, just get yourself and everybody in the house out of there and quickly call the fire department. But if you have a Class K fire extinguisher, you can use that, which Class K is for kitchen oils. So there's different types of fire extinguishers. There's Class A for ordinary, so like paper, woods, plastics you could use it for. There's B, which is for flammable liquids. Class C, which is for electricals. Class D is combustible metals, and like I said, Class K is kitchen oils. So this is not Class K, but this is kind of how it would look like. And when I looked up online, it only really costs like $20 to get like this size container, which is pretty good. So it's not that expensive and it's not that hard to get. But it's Class K fire extinguishers. They could be found like in commercial buildings that have kitchens in them, restaurants, things like that, and even private homes. Like I said, you get one. But yeah, you could do that. And another one, kind of like, don't use water, because water does not mix well with oil. As you see, here's the water, and all this on top is oil. So you can shake it, but like it'll just rise to the top. So you can see this. As you see, this is all water right here. There's oil, and that's because it just doesn't mix. So doing that on a fire, especially a Class K fire, no bueno. So yeah, and you also just kind of want something that really helps is to have a fire alarm. Fire alarms, a lot of firefighters say that they save lives. They say it because it's true, and you can put a fire alarm, and a lot of people will put it like right above their stove, but that's not really a good idea, because let's say when you're cooking gives off a little smoke or something, or whatever it gives off, it will sound, and you don't want that to happen every day. So what you want to do is kind of place it somewhere near the stove, not right above it. So if it goes off, what you want to do is just press the hush button, remove the fire alarm, smoke alarm, and just kind of don't take off the batteries. Just press that button, the hush button, and take it away from the smoked out area. And you just kind of just want to wave it around so that it could, smoke could get out of it. And then that's really it for fire alarms. But you could get one anywhere. I think I saw that the cheapest one is like $6. So $6 to save your life. It's a good deal. But a little statistics on it. There's and this comes from public safety .tufts.edu. Says that 118,000 fires involve cooking equipment with 250 deaths and 3,880 injuries resulting from these fires. So that's kind of a lot. Cooking equipment, and these next two come from nfpa.org. Cooking equipment is the leading cause of home fires, and the fire injuries causing 49% of home fires that resulted, 21% of home fires death, and 45% of the injuries. So, yep. And then Thanksgiving is the peak day for cooking fires, followed by Christmas and Christmas Eve, which makes sense. You know, a lot of people are cooking for all their family. You know? But you know, cooking safety doesn't really have to do all with fire. There's also things like just what you have to deal with knives and all these kind of things. But one thing you want to do is just always be careful when you're playing with knives. And when you have a pan and that's really hot and you just took out of the oven, never touch it because it's really hot and it's not going to be fun. It's going to hurt. So you want to use just something to cover your hand with. Like these are just whatever these are. But yeah, you have like mittens, like big old gloves, and yeah, these are here. You just kind of grab it and you kind of place it out. These just absorb the heat. You can still feel the heat, but it's not as bad as touching with your bare hand. You know, so there's that. And then what you also want to do, like, here's like this pan. So when you're placing something on the stove, let's say like my hand is the stove, you never want this right here, like the handle, like pointed towards like the edge, because you can walk by, knock it off, and like all that hot oil and hot food and stuff could get on you, and it's gonna hurt. And even worse, a child could come. Like children, when they get their hands on anything, they're gonna want to play with it. So they see this pan, they're gonna grab it, and all that hot oil and hot food is gonna land right on their body. And I wouldn't want to think of that happening to anybody. So just keep that in mind. And oh yeah, and you just want to keep your cooking area really clean. Like you don't want things mixing and all that, because it could just lead to a lot of bad things that you would never really know. And just make sure to always turn off the oven or the stove, because that's also bad. And don't put metals inside the microwave, because also not good. Just don't do it, please. And that's really it, I say. Yeah. Thank you.